Go tell Alan it is going to be to serve Jesus
okuweereza Yesu
or to be in attendance to a table
oba okulindirira emmeeza
means that someone has laid down their will
kitegeeza omuntu atadde wansi okuyaayana kwe
to serve someone else.
okubeera ng'aweereza
But
omulala.
this type of service
Naye okuweereza kuno
is not the kind where you are forcefully told to do so,
si kyekika we bakukako kola ekintu,
but instead
naye
you willfully
gwe
surrender.
weewaayo okubeera nga
But the surrendering that Jesus is talking about
naye okwewaayo Yesu kwayogera
is for those who have died or are still dying to self.
kweko okwabo abafudde oba abakyafa eri nze.
Because let me tell you something.
Kubanga
You cannot serve
tosobola kuweereza
someone else's will
okwagala kw'omuntu omulala
unless you've died
okuggyako ng'ofudde
to your will.
eri okwagala kwo.
Are you here, church?
Bannange tuli
You must die to your will
oteekeddwa
first.
okufa eri okwagala kwo okusookera ddala.
Then when you die to your will first,
Era w'ofa eri okwagala kwo okusookera ddala
you can serve him.
naawe osobola omuweereza.
Now listen,
Wulira,
the next one is harder.
kino ekyokubiri ate kyo kizibu nnyo.
If anyone serves me,
Omuntu yenna kasita mpeereza
let him follow me.
leka ngobererenga.
Now do you know what following means?
Omanyi kye bayita okugoberera?
Who has ever hitchhiked? Alan, do you know hitchhiking?
Omanyi hitchhiking?
What is hitchhiking? Huh? No, the hitchhiking I'm talking about is where Mr. Senyange is driving out of this place.
Wemba nga nvuga okufuluma
And I stop him. I say, sir,
ne mugamba nti
give me a lift.
nvugaako.
That's hitchhiking.
Ekyo kye tuyita
Now, when you hitchhike with people,
nti bw'abantu kasita obagamba
if I
bakuyambeko,
hitchhike with Pastor Stephen,
we nkola ekintu ekyo
I am at the mercy of Pastor Stephen.
kwegamba ye yabeera nsaasira.
We come out of this place
Tuva mu kifo kino
and I'm heading towards Wakiso
agenda mu Wakiso,
because this man stays at Kasengeji.
nze ngenda mbeera Kasengeje.
Now, for you to go to Kasengeji, you must go through Wakiso.
Obeera ng'ogendagende Kasengeje
But
oyita mu
because
Wakiso.
he's in charge,
Naye lwakuba ye yavuga,
he says,
yagamba
I want to buy some stuff at Shell next to Pastor Bugembe's church.
ngenda kusooka ngula ebintu wali eri ku Shero okuliraana ekkanisa ya Pastor Bugembe.
Now, you are heading to Wakiso.
Kyokka ate gwe ogenda
The
Wakiso,
man is driving you towards
kati
Kampala.
ono ye nannyini mmotoka n'asooka n'akutwala e Kampala.
So he parks
N'ayimirira
and he moves out
n'afuluma
and he begins to order for the groceries.
n'asooka n'agula ebintu.
While he's ordering for the groceries,
Ng'akyabigula
he checks
n'atunula
his wallet and the money has run out.
ng'alaba sente
He
tewali.
goes to the ATM machine.
N'agenda ate
He
n'avuga
withdraws
n'agenda
money.
ku ATM machine n'aggyayo
And what are
sente.
you doing?
Ate gwe okola ki?
You are redundant in the
Oli awo
car.
otudde butuuzi mu mmotoka tolina kyakola.
And he begins to drive.
N'avuga
And he gets where it is clear there is no traffic.
n'atuuka awo awatali jaamu,
He slows down to make a phone call.
n'alyoka akuba essimu.
And what is happening on the inside of you? You are boiling.
Owulira ogwawo.
If I had taken a taxi or
Senga
boda boda, I would be home by this time.
Singa neetambulidde ku bodaboda
Then while he's driving
wabanga ye akyava
and he's now off the phone,
ng'avudde ku ssimu,
he says, oh, look, there is
n'agamba,
gonja, roasted gonja. You want gonja?
Nyagala kulya ku gonja.
He parks.
N'av-
He goes and
yimirira.
buys gonja.
N'agenda n'agula gonja.
And he comes and tells you a story about
Era
gonja.
n'ajja n'akunyumiza ebikwata ku
Now, by
gonja.
the time you get to Wakiso,
Era tugenda okutuuka e Wakiso
it is 3 hours since
nga
you sat in his
ssaawa
vehicle.
3 ze mutambulidde.
Now,
okuva
Jesus
lwaki.
says,
Yesu w'anaagamba,
if anyone serves
omuntu
me,
yenna kasita mpeereza,
let him or her follow me.
leka ngoberere.
To follow
Okugoberera
is like hitchhiking.
kulinganga kuno okuyimiriza emmotoka etaliiyo.
Because if you sit in someone else's
Kubanga
vehicle,
w'otuula mu mmotoka
you are
y'omuntu
not
omulala,
in control of where they
sigwafuga
pass You don't determine how they drive. You don't determine where they make a stopover. Now Jesus calls people and says, follow me. Meaning that at certain point, where you expect Jesus to be driving very fast, the driver takes you towards Kampala, yet you are going to Wakiso because he's in charge and he knows what is suitable for him. But the difference with Jesus, he takes you this side, but because he knows it is suitable for you. Now the driver does it for their good, but Jesus does it for your good. Where you want him to slow down, Jesus is driving very fast. Then where you say, no, now give me better speed, he drives like a nanny, an old woman. But all this is bringing to a point of dying. So you get your hands off life and say, Jesus, be in control. But listen, don't end there. This is part of death. And where I am, there my servant will be also. Now the good news here is, when you are standing in attendance to the table of Jesus, when you choose to follow Jesus, it comes with a cost, but then it has a great benefit. Kijja n'omutango naye kirina ebikivaamu ebirungi bingi. One of them is the Bible says that, and where I am, there my servant will be also. So Jesus, no, Pastor Stephen, where I am, there my servant. He speaks about singular. And why singular? Because these issues of salvation pertain to an individual. When you follow Jesus, much as it comes along with some form of disturbance, Jesus promises that he will give you his praises. And there is nothing that is more important than the presence of Jesus. Now he says in the same verse, if anyone serves me, wow, this second one is great, him my Father will honor. Do you want to be honored by the Most High God? There are some people in this house. Do you want to be honored by the Most High God? The Bible says when you serve Jesus, the Father honors you. Now just imagine if one of the rich men in your village, not known by anyone, they chose to honor you, your status may change. Which wealth man do you know that is not known? Tribes. Stephen, nawe simumanyi gomanyi awo yamanyiddwa mugagga ki gw'omanyi atamanyiddwa? Joe, I don't know that one. Perhaps that's a rich man. But let me tell you one rich man. He passed away.
yafa.
But he's called Enoch Kato.
Bali bamwita Enoch Kato.
Definitely when I speak about him here, everybody says, who is that one? But when you speak about him in Mityana, everybody says, that's a rich man. He was a rich man. But he wasn't on the list of the wealthy people. But he's one man who had land literally everywhere. You could drive for 30 minutes and you're on his piece of land. Ngovuga eddakiika asatu ng'oli ku ttaka lye. But that is one piece of land. Now if that man said, Jolin, I give you the other piece, 20 acres, you come back to your village and everybody say, our rich man, woman has come. Because the rich man who is not known chose to honor you. But the Bible says when we serve Jesus, God the Father honors us. Meaning there is no better honor than serving. But this service must be in attendance to Jesus. He must be the one to tell you what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. But the church today, we do what pleases us. Don't we? Are you here? Don't we? If we had a function here, everybody may fight to minister from here. And then you look for people to sweep the yard. Everybody says, no. Yard, you know, when I bend, my back aches a lot. But when you say, okay, now, at the pulpit, like, yes, perhaps God has not called you there, and He's called you in the yard. So be in the yard and serve, and the Father will honor you. Verse 27. This is touching. Now my soul is troubled. Erumwa. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this purpose I came to this hour. Now which